Alright, this is going to be a multi-part video. I just want to test and see how everything is working. I got my new GoPro set up. I set up new scenes and all that stuff, so I'm going to roll my intro video and then show my first flight of my quadcopter.
Just a second.
So let's...
I wish you guys could all see through this. Sorry. That would be really cool. Yeah.
Just a moment.
Taylor, can you go back by your dad just because I don't know...
Alright, so we got the video going. This is first flight of my Rabbits R349, and I will turn down the sound as a heads up. There's a microphone and I can hear. I was setting up some of the settings, adding a little bit more power to the video, trying to get it all set. And the microphone on it works great. However, once the motors go, it gets quite loud. So I will mute it, but you might hear it in just a second. So just a moment, and we'll hear it. This is a Diatone R349. It's running on 3S, 850 milliamp. It's sub 250 grams, and it flew well. I was really happy with it. Obviously I got to dial it in, and right now I'm missing my color on my video, and I think it's my receiver that's having an issue, so I'll have to play around with that. But yeah, so check it out. This is it is uncontrolled airspace, so there are normal restrictions, but obviously I can fly to 400 feet, and there are no local restrictions. I can't post this on my YouTube for everyone because I don't have my commercial pilot's license yet, and if I made any money off of this, I would have to have a commercial pilot's license. So I will make this active once I complete my commercial pilot's licensing. Right now I'll just share with family and friends. Really what I wanted to do is test out the quadcopter, see how it flew. Obviously it's flying very well. Large amount of torque out of those motors and a lot of acceleration. To give you a scale, I mean, look how small this thing is, right? It's recording HD, and it has a little SD card slot. So I plug it in right in the side of it. I don't know how well you can see it, but I plug it in right in the side, and it takes a micro SD, and it records HD. While I'm flying it, I'm wearing a headset, and it's recording in, well, it's not recording. It's just broadcasting in analog, and definitely not HD. I was having trouble seeing some, so that's why I stayed far away from the trees. I couldn't see them extremely well because I wasn't getting color, and I need to figure out what's going on with that. But as you can see, I can control it relatively well in generally tight spaces. The acceleration is amazing, and you'll see obviously it goes, from almost at the ground up to 200 feet very, very quickly. You can see the river there to the east. Cars driving to the west. I'm not flying over anyone that isn't involved in it, and I'm not flying over any structures that are houses. Now that's a structure right there, but those are concrete buildings. I'm staying on public property this whole time. You'll notice to the right there are some houses, but I'm staying to the left of that, and obviously trying to give them their privacy by not focusing on their yards and all that stuff. But absolutely amazing. I wanted to check my range a little bit. The controller, I have the transmitter, there's no range issues at all. The video was being a little strange, and I need to troubleshoot that. I lost video about here, and you'll see I turn 180 just because I couldn't see. You see the light shining off the tombstone, the headstones. I never even thought about that. That was pretty cool. Obviously this thing can do flips. If you're interested in learning how to fly a quadcopter, check out my video on liftoff. It is one of the best simulators. It's the best simulator that I've played, and you can learn how to fly it in acro mode, which is what I'm flying in now. It's where I have full control over it. there's no auto leveling or anything like that. So a lot of fun, absolutely amazing to fly. Once again, I keep the sound off because, wow, it's loud, but it's going to land in just a second. Here we go. And what I can do when it loses signal, it actually it turns on a beeper, and it beeps by rotating the motors. And so I ended up just cutting my transmitter just to see. I flipped the switch and made it beep because I wanted to be able to see if we could see it that way. So that's it, and thanks for sticking around. I got to add my outro sometime, but hopefully that works. See ya.